Here is my take on what a webinar is and how you can use it to engage your audience, drive growth for your business, provide value to existing customers, and eventually close more deals. As a founder of a startup in webinars, I've personally seen and hosted thousands of webinars. And stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know how to create a webinar that actually engages. Also, we'll drop a little hint on the different type of webinars you can host and what type of webinar is best for your business. Let's start with the basics. What is a webinar? Well, a webinar is essentially an online seminar that brings together participants from anywhere in the world to learn new knowledge. Typically, webinars are live events, but they can also be pre-recorded and then simulated as they were live. Or they can be just on demand, Netflix style, to enjoy at your convenience. But how does a webinar really work? Think of it as an online seminar, where one or a few panelists are visible in the video and will then present content in a visual way. Meanwhile, the audience can watch, interact, ask questions in the Q&A, chat with each other in a chat, and maybe even participate in some polls. And it's an interactive experience where you can engage and educate your audience in an effective way, either building demand and awareness higher up in the funnel, or booking meetings with SQLs further down in the funnel, or even running customer success webinars for existing clients. More on that later. Now you might be wondering, are the participants having their cameras on during the webinar? Well, in general, they do not. Unlike typical video meetings, webinars typically have the audience's cameras off, without the option to turn them on. This allows for more streamlined, controlled, and focused presentations where you get that clean recording afterwards without people jumping in uncontrollably with their mics on, interrupting the presentation, ensuring that the spotlight is on the speakers and the content. The webinar format is an ideal way to reach a large audience simultaneously. And the best part is, it's relatively easy to host one yourself, with a bit of training and the right equipment, of course. So let's break down how to host a successful webinar in 3 steps. The key to a successful webinar is preparation. Start by selecting an interesting topic that resonates with your target audience. Some tips on how to do this could be checking out trends on LinkedIn, using Google Trends to identify macro trends, find influencers in your space, maybe even invite them to speak. You can also use tools like SEMrush or Ahrefs to identify what a lot of people are Googling on in terms of questions and so on, then make sure to answer those. And you'll probably figure out a topic that a lot of people will actually want to attend. Then go on to create your presentation, prepare a webinar script, plan out your call to actions. More on that on a video I'll link in my description where I talk about the perfect call to actions to get up to 50% more conversions with. And then begin to market your landing page for the world to see. Make sure to do it early to maximize engagement, and typically we recommend 2 to 4 weeks or more. In this kind of setup step, you should also make sure to choose a webinar platform or a venue where the webinar will take place. The webinar platform can also help you collect registrations, send out automatic reminders for you to launch call to action buttons through your webinar, and follow up data afterwards. So make sure it's integrated to your CRM, for example if you use HubSpot, Upsales, or Pipedrive. I would also recommend univid.io if you want an easy tool to set up your webinars with. Once you're ready, it's time to go live. Review your script, do a tech check with your co-hosts, engage with your audience once live. Encourage questions, highlight the chat, and seek feedback during your presentation to create an interactive 20 to 45 minutes, which is the kind of recommended time. Also make sure you have a moderator that can work out any technical problems along the way for the audience. Also, don't forget to launch your call to actions at this stage to drive the desired next step. Whether it's book a 15-minute demo, download your latest ebook, or sign up for the next webinar. After your webinar ends, don't forget to follow up. Provide attendees with any additional links to resources related to the webinar, share the recording right away, and include clear call to actions. And make sure to track your KPIs and goals to improve for the next webinar. This could be interaction rate, attendance rate, and so on. Now, before we wrap up, let's quickly address the differences between virtual events, webinars, and meetings. So webinars are often hosted with minimal external help and can use quite simple equipment, just like a built-in webcam and a laptop. In contrast, large virtual events typically have some kind of studio or production company involved, Maybe you've set up your own studio and use tools like OBS to stream, and maybe you have to handle simultaneous sessions that are ongoing at the same time. Maybe it's something you do every year or every quarter. Another significant difference is between webinars and virtual meetings. In webinars, participants are typically not visible in the video. Instead, selected speakers present in a panel to an audience that interacts via chat, Q&A, polls, and so on. Webinars are also usually more structured with a clear agenda and some clear call to actions. On the other hand, virtual meetings are often quite open, offering a lot of discussion between everyone and everyone jumping into the video. Typically also virtual meetings are somewhere up to 15 people, whereas webinars start at maybe 10 people and up, and are a bit larger. And maybe virtual events is the largest, where you can be thousands of people. As a teaser for some upcoming videos, we'll discuss the difference of on-demand, automated and live webinars and is best for your business. Found this video helpful, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more videos just like this. If you have any questions or want to share your own webinar experience, drop a comment down below, and also go and check out univid.io for creating webinars on your own. Until next time, happy webinaring out there.